Welcome back, my fellow duplicants, to the Ultimate Automation Challenge. I made it back. It's kind of a long weekend, had some things going on, and it's been like 5 days since I've uploaded a video, and that feels like an eternity. Sorry about that. Here we are. This is what's going on today. I'm working on this refinery machine here, this plant, and I'm going to get this up and running today. That's definitely going to happen. And once we have that up and running, at that point, you know, we can really start to build into the stuff that we need to build into up here to kind of reinforce the ceiling from all of the asteroids and everything and start to really get into these volcanoes. Also, the update, the next one, the whatever, whatever they call it, that new update is actually going to be released here pretty soon. So we'll be able to play the game in its new version and kind of take in all of those new updates. Can't think of the name. Just gone. Ah, that's right. Expressive upgrade. You know, that is kind of a forgetful name. Okie dokie. So let's see here. What do I need to do? Well, first and foremost, here's what I'm seeing down here. For whatever reason, this system keeps running out of power. Why does it run out of power? Do I have enough liquid? Gossman, why are you on this? What is this thing set to? 5%. Oh, it's these tiny batteries. That's messing them up. Ha! I'll fix that. Get back my duplicate. I don't know where it is over here in the comments, but there was a comment that said, you know, you don't actually need to have all of these different conveyor rails. And you're absolutely right. I can just combine these into one line that kind of goes and returns back down, because that's really what I'm doing here. Or what, I guess what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is, it sounds like I should be able to ship this up and then split off from there and it'll go to the different location. I don't know. We'll see. I'll set it up that way, and if it doesn't work, then we'll go back to plan A. I haven't done enough with this conveyor rail and shipping stuff to make, to know for certain. So I'll do this number here. And so long as we don't back the system up, which we shouldn't, because we'll have storage boxes up there, that should hopefully work out as intended. All right, so there is over 26 comments referring to hydrogen. Well, maybe not 26 comments, but it was mentioned many times. The saga that is this hydrogen bottle over here. Now, we've talked about this. I thought I mentioned it in the video, but, you know, just for good measure, I'll see if I can mention it again. Inside this bottle emptier, there's liquids, and all I can do is empty liquids. So I can't empty a gas. The gas will be released into the atmosphere so long as the duplicate actually does it. Now, I've already played with priorities, which, you know, maybe nobody was listening to that either. So, that didn't happen. Here's what we're going to do. I am going to lock the duplicate in there, as was recommended by some people, until they do exactly what they needed to do, which is what just happened. Bubbles released all of the hydrogen here. So no, it wasn't the water, it wasn't anything. It was merely that the duplicates had so many other things they could do that they never came in here to release the hydrogen. Thank you, Bubbles. I feel good. I feel good right now. Like a whole lot of pressure was just lifted. Okay. Oh, you know what? I thought the hydrogen bottle was behind us, but no. No, there's still some in here. Empty. Oh, and I'm gonna take Nicola. I'm gonna move Nicola over here and not allow him to escape until he's emptied the hydrogen bottle. And there he goes. See? Haha. Ignore that random piece of pipe that he's like trying to hide behind. There you go, buddy. Good job. So there we have it. That's how you release a gas. You lock the duplicate in there until they do what you ask them to do. Sorry if I'm a bit on edge. Like, I've had a couple of days that have been kind of challenging. Yesterday I was like really sick with like a nasty migraine and fever and stuff. And then today my computer decided to blow up right before I was going to start recording. One interesting thing is any of these computers that we're actually using to like record video games and microphones and all that stuff, it's like an ecosystem. Everything has to be happy in order to make it work and work just right. If one thing's off, you know, horrible noises start coming into the video. Or worse yet, no noise. That I had a couple of those instances over the weekend, unfortunately. But oh well. But enough of that. Let's focus on this guy right up here. Get it up and running because I really want a lot of nice refined metals. All right, so I now have power. And that power is going to be delivered from over here to there. And that'll do really good. This is going to be polluted water as it is exited from this machine. All right, so what I'm going to get out of this pump here is going to be very cold, polluted water. So what should I use that polluted water for? You know, one idea would be to use it as a condenser for this steam I have up here. I'm kind of curious to see how that would work. So I'm going to go ahead and take a Bisolite, and I'm going to run it up. Should really do it like this or something. Well, let's not. So I've run a Bisolite all the way over here. Now if I just run, I think one spot of radiant pipe, that would probably be enough. One or two. I don't want it to get too hot and actually turn into steam inside the pipe. That would be really bad. All right, so then I'll bring this back out over here, pipe it around forever. There we go. And now I have polluted water in, which might be a little bit warmer. We'll just have to, I don't really know where I'm gonna go with that. Okay, I seriously don't have, all right, I definitely don't have a plan for that. So let's just kind of find a spot to dump it. There we go. A little bit of polluted water will come out there. I think one thing that would be nice and beneficial at this point would be to have a transit tube system to go into here. So we're talking about that a little bit last time as far as starting to set up the transit tube stuff. So if I take one of these and I put it in there, that should work out. All right, so this is working out down here because that battery is now balanced. It's not a little small battery, so I'm not running on the manual generator all day. Let's see here. What else do we got going on? Duplicant, what are you doing? You're running up here. You're doing some analyzing. That's right. Oh, I completely forgot about this one. There we go. In and out. We'll see if it splits. I don't know if it will. Somebody mentioned over here you could just use two lines. That might work as well. Maybe this will be built. I really want the shipping to go like this so that I don't have to keep cleaning up all of this polluted oxygen. Not that it's a bad thing. I mean, once it's germ-free, then it's not a big deal. But for right now, it's definitely not germ-free, which means I need an exosuit to go inside here. Otherwise, it's just going to be a major problem. You can see the rest of this. You can see that the rest of this slime lung here is just pretty much got killed off, and that's all because of the oxygen. So that's good. So I have to make some modifications to the auto sweeper down here. It's got to be one tile over to the left. That way it'll reach to this conveyor loader. Because right now it reaches all the way over here to the right, which I don't need. Once I have that in place, then I should be able to put all of the metals inside of here. The raw metals, that is. There we go. Let's see, if I move all the raw metals to this location, make that a 6, and then make this a 7. Maybe? Hang on, I gotta make these higher, don't I? Oh, all my bridges are backwards. Darn it. Ha! There we go. Alright, so there we go. Now that I've got that conveyor rail set up, I'll now put the receptacle down here like this. So that's a little bit closer. Less will hopefully be exposed to the atmosphere, so I get less polluted oxygen inside of here. Fingers crossed that that works. It should work, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so just in case, I'm going to put the high pressure gas vent over here, and I'm going to move this loader up one spot. So that's how that'll work. And then I can take this deodorizer and put it down there. So that'll allow me to have the, what can I say, the transit tube access point right over here. And still keep a nice safe environment, which is, you know, so I don't have any polluted oxygen inside of there. Yeah, so that's still working. It's still picking up from this receptacle, even though it's upside down. It's placing inside the dust caps. So that's working out as intended. All right, so that conveyor rail is now set up, and it should hopefully convey everything that it needs. There we go. So now it is. It's picking up out of here, sorting it over that way. And then this is going to find its way up to these receptacles. But the thing is, it's now going to be different raw materials. So you got copper, copper, and more copper. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in some smart storage compactors here. 60 watts each. That's kind of a lot, but it's okay. I should have plenty of power. So what I want to do is put copper ore in the middle here, and then go through and make all of these a little bit lower. Actually, I could just make them 1 so that they don't stay there. Alright, so what am I really trying to do? This one will be copper, this one's going to be gold, wolframite, iron, and then when I get to steel, this last one will be steel. What did I do here? That's what so that loader needs to be over here. What is there that's blocking that? Oh, okay, I got it. That's just a little bit taller. So now, if I have an auto sweeper here, then I should be able to kind of sort between all of this stuff. Because one sweeper can reach 3 storage compactors. So if that's copper ore, and that's wolframite, I should be able to store, you know, one of these right next to it. So gold amalgam, we'll put gold amalgam in there. And then in here, I need wolframite, but not copper ore. You see, the problem is, since I have everything going to all of these, I can't really shuffle between them. If I could set what comes, you know, what I want to end up here, then I'd be able to sort this a lot better. But really, everything is just coming off the inside, so I can't really do a whole lot with it. All right, bit of an update for you. I'm feeling better. There's been this fly that's just been circling my head this entire time, and I've been trying to ignore it, but it's just been pissing me off. I think I found out that it's not just one fly. There's actually 2 flies. They were working together. I locked one of them in the bathroom, but I just killed him. So this other one, if it shows up again, your days are numbered, bud. Okay, so what am I gonna do about this? All right, so I've got metal refineries that... Oh, I don't like that solution. What I gotta do is have all of these storage. All right, I'm not a big fan of this plan, but if I had these storage units in the middle and then the refineries on the side, I should be able to get to everything, you know, with just 2 sweeper arms. But I would have to rework this entire system. And that's not gonna happen. So here's what's going to happen. I am going to do a balancing system up here to where if I don't have the right metal, I can put it onto a conveyor and drop it off in another location and so on and so forth. It's a band-aid on a problem, but you know what? I'm okay with that. Unless you guys have a better idea, you can leave that down in the comment. And then I'm sure there's an elegant solution to this problem that I'm not thinking of at the moment. Meep, you just got yourself stuck, bro. You're gonna be there for a while. Nobody's gonna come fix you. Oh, maybe. Never mind. You're free! Okay, so we can see where this can reach to. It can reach to right here. And the furthest arm can also reach there. Oh, there's the solution. Got it. Cancel everything, people. So that can reach to here and there, and this one reaches here. So if I put a storage compactor right there, then both of these arms can reach to that. And if I just have everything selected, I might be able to unload it there. However, this arm, I guess I don't really need that arm to unload stuff. It just has to load stuff. Maybe it doesn't really have to do anything at all, because deconstruct that, get there. Yes. All right, that's a plan. Sorry if I didn't explain that too well. You'll see it work in a minute. Okay, see this storage compactor? Watch, I'll put all raw metal inside of here at a lower priority. And yes, it is being sorted. And then I'm just going to deconstruct this and all of that over there. So I don't need this line at all. All right, so here's what's going on. If I show the priorities here, if it doesn't have anywhere to go from these conveyor receptacles, it will be placed inside of this storage compactor as a priority of 4. But all of these down here have a priority of 5. So once it's placed in there, it can then be picked up from either arm and sorted into the smart storage compactors. So that right there is working to balance the system. So in an automated storage and retrieval system like I have down here, that's how we can expand the system. So what you basically have is areas of higher priority separated by areas of lower priority that both sides can access. And you should be able to pattern that out priority-wise, kind of working its way out from the center to the sides, increasing in priority as you go, if you want to expand a system like this. See, I knew there was a simple solution. Glad I thought of that. Am I going to... The question, am I going to get up to the surface anytime soon? Well, I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to build up enough resources to where I can actually build the protection of the stuff I want to get to up there. As the game is currently progressing, I really just can only go so fast. But yes, the plan is to get up here pretty soon. But I need refined metals. And the reason I need refined metals is bunker tiles and stuff like that. So I can make steel and metal tiles and things like that. But steel is the important one. Ah! I've run out of... Oh, crap. Why'd I do that? No, not organic. No. This just needs to be edible. Crap. I shipped a bunch of stuff to my kitchen. Well, it looks like Nicola's gonna take care of that for me. He's actually picking stuff up from over here and moving it into the storage compactor. Man, I got a lot of stuff moving around. Alright. Construct conveyor rails. Yes. Alright, so now I need crude oil to find its way up to here. So if I go like this, yep, then just use a whole bunch of liquid bridges. Yeah, like that. Ooh, the spaghetti, it's like hard to look at. Yes. Yes, and then that can go to there. Yes, maybe. Maybe I'm doing this right? I hope so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's all good. So now, that's all cold crude oil, or as cold as crude oil gets. But now I need to recombine them on the way back out. So I'll place it like this. So there's hot crude oil. And then hot crude oil comes down here, down there, down... Oh boy. Over here, over there, and then right down there. Clearly. I am going to deconstruct that and mop it all up. There you go. We'll deconstruct that metal refinery as well, because I won't need that. I hope. Hot out. Goes over there, over there, over there. Wow. And I don't know if this is... I hope this is abyssite. Yes. Okay, good. I think I've completed it. And it goes there, 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 and there, and there. Yes, yes, yes. And then, if we take a look at the automation, each time it runs through, it'll get hotter. And crude oil changes at what temperature? 400 degrees. So if I set this sensor up here to, let's say, 325, just 300 is about as... I can only go up to 300, so I guess we'll set it to 300. If it goes above that, then we will flip the signal and dump it out. So if I take a look at the automation overlay, and yes, that's correct. If it's below, then it's true. So actually that wants to be the opposite of what it is now. So as long as it is below 300 degrees Celsius, it will recirculate back into the metal refinery. The second it goes above that temperature, these will flip and it will be kicked out of the system. Okay, so it looks like all of that shipping worked out. Okay, so I want to set this to 3 and the storage compactors to 4, like so. That way I can set the metal refineries just to 5 and they should run just fine. Whew, that's some really cold polluted water I have there. Negative 14 degrees Celsius. Wow. Alright, so let's process the first chunk of metal. Let's see how this goes. So Gossman's come on over here. She's going to process a little bit of iron ore. And that got stuck on a loader and is now being shipped away. Nice. As far as the liquid is concerned, it was recirculated. It's at 140 degrees Celsius. So the temperature that we're reading here is, below that. You can see the auto loader is doing its thing. And Gossman is now going to run it again. So the temperature is now up to 160 degrees Celsius, and again, we're shipping away. So there it goes, right down over here, down, 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 and then gets sorted. So I'm just going to disable this one for a little bit, and I'm just gonna have refined metal in there. Let's see how that works out. Okay, I'm going to increase the priority here so I can see how this works. So far, the liquid, 120 some degrees Celsius, not too bad. Temperature inside this area right now it's doing pretty good. I may want to take the water over here and actually run it through and just make it a nice cold loop. But we'll see how this condenser thingamabobber up here works. Okay, so why doesn't the coolant, the crude oil, get from here all the way over there? Is it because of this piece or something? I don't know. Why? I can't seem to get crude oil to flow all the way to this last one. Nor can I get anybody to run the metal here. Come on now. It has everything it needs. Is it because it's just jammed up and it won't go? Well, let me kick some out and see what happens. Okay, so now Gossman came over here and started to run this. I think if the pipe is backed up, like, Gossman won't run it or something like that. Unfortunately, I don't have room for another sensor to put another, like, valve or something over here. Oh, buddy, what to do now? If I kind of do this and that, then I would have what I need. But then where am I going to stick all my valves? On the plus side, crude oil is flowing all the way over here to this one, so that's a positive. I can mark all of these as continuous. I suppose rather than just having each one of these be a loop, I could have set it up to where it's all just one hot loop. So I don't need all of these valves or all of these sensors. I could just have all of these dump into the same loop, and if it determines that it's hot enough, then it would start to empty some of that stuff. What I might get is that this is hot, and the next one after that is cold, and the hot will still end up going through this. Or maybe not. Maybe it works just the way it is. We'll see. I think my biggest problem, though, is a system like this over here just jams up. So I think I have to do it like this. And then have a kick out for that liquid. So if that liquid is present, then I should enable this other valve here in order to let some of the crude oil out, even though it isn't really hot. You don't have any ladders to build all that stuff. Okay, let's try this. So I need to do a bit of emptying of the pipes here. So if I... it sounds like I gotta go to the bathroom. If I empty the pipe right there, then I should be able to build a little loop like this. If I deconstruct that piece, I should be able to get to everything without having to build a ladder. So now I need a spot to dump all of this crude oil. So if I take this and I put a little pump down here, like so, and then have an inlet for that. Dun, dun, dun. And I should be able to dump the crude oil here and then pipe it in. Otherwise, I'm just gonna have lots of bottles of crude oil, but no way to empty them. All right, so now if I deconstruct that, and then I do a liquid element sensor right here, and here. Yeah, no, stop running machines. No, darn it. Empty more pipes. Okay, yes. Okay, build that there. That there. We're taking the extra long way to get there today, but whatever. It's gonna happen. Oh, this build. I didn't think it would be this challenging, but yeah, it is. Man, just look at all these pipes. Look at that. Look at this and that. Wow. That's almost as wild. No, that's more wild than the power grid. That's some impressive piping going on there. Now, if only they'll finish it. Just one more spot right there. Okay, so now how this system is going to work, it doesn't necessarily have to... I could queue it up to where I only specify a certain amount to get processed. That would probably be the smart way to do it, so I'm not refining all of my raw metal, because there still definitely are uses for raw metal. I don't want to just have refined metal. But look at this! Yes! And look at the power. And now that it's running, oops, I love it. Okay, awesome. And now if we take a look at the automation overlay, you can see, yeah, this has to be crude oil. Let's take a look at the automation overlay. So that is active, and a little bit of liquid is recirculating because that's its first option. But if this is backed up, then it'll go to option 2 and exit the system. That's my hopes.
Come on. It's not working. Why don't you work?
It's active. Please! Please be nice to me, game. Oh, no power. What? Okay. I think I broke the train. Ooh, yeah, wow, what happened here? What? It's plugged in. Okay, maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe it'll be all right. Just build that one piece. It's gotta be able to flow. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, duplicants. Just one small gold amalgam. No, everybody's going to sleep. Maybe I did get the only fly. I mean, that fly has not been back. It's just like, or maybe it got the message. It now knows. It's probably just sitting on my pillow, just waiting for me to like go to bed or something. All right, duplicants, do your thing. I'm gonna drop you in a pit of lava. Come on. Come on. This, you're fired. All of you. Like you don't even know how to plug in a wire. What? What? Ridiculous. All right. And here is where I reload the game. Because that doesn't make sense at all. Wow. This is a really, really long load. Come on. You can do it. Well, crap. I accidentally stopped recording without me knowing about it. So you guys missed a little bit. I don't know. Like the last half hour. Let me do a recap. This machine is now up and running. All I had to do is reload the game. And that must have been when I accidentally stopped it. So, as these duplicants run up here and process their metal of choice, which I apparently don't have set up to... We'll queue up some gold amalgam. We'll queue up some copper. We have some tungsten available. And we have wolframite available over here. These duplicants will process that, and the auto arms will automatically deliver what is needed to the different metal refineries. Now, when they come on over here and they actually start to run this stuff, no, there we go. All right, so all right, so here we go. We have two duplicants running the metal refinery, and we'll see the crude oil as it comes out of the system here. So it right now has a signal that'll allow it to go out of one of two valves. So not all the oil will be recirculated, but for the most part, once this fills up, which it fills up quite quickly, it then has a choice to actually go out into the overflow. So this is hot. It's not like incredibly hot. It's not up to 300 degrees Celsius, but the system does work. It just doesn't recycle all of its oil. You can see the temperature of the crude oil as it's being re-entered into this system. That's 200 degrees Celsius. So it's pretty close. If it ever gets over 300 degrees Celsius, this valve, liquid shutoff valve, will flip and it'll be forced out the overflow. However, the overflow can only run as fast as I'm able to process this into petroleum. So the petroleum system has now been reworked to where it dumps into my petroleum tank over here. And there's a pump here that reintroduces that to the petroleum generator. So now the petroleum generator always has a constant source of petroleum, so it never runs out of power. Therefore, this system, you know, is much more stable. And that is also supplemented by a little bit of natural gas from the natural gas generator based on these two automation signals right there. So I have lots of power available here. We also have a lot of power that's being run to these metal refineries. So that's really good because that's coming from the natural gas generator all the way over here on the right side of the map. There's plenty of natural gas inside of here, and there's plenty of eruptions, although I probably should analyze them. Now, the only thing about this system is that I'm not going to run these continuous because I still have a need for copper raw metals for, you know, these like conveyors and things like that. I don't want to process everything into a refined metal because then there'd be certain things I simply couldn't build. So for the most part here, I'm just going to pay attention to what I actually need and then run that. the other option is that I could run this to a smart storage compactor at some point in the future here, and then flip a signal on to let these things run once it's below a certain number. The thing is, every time you take something out of that, it would then turn back on unless I had some sort of upper and lower limit, like a toggle switch of some sort, which we do have down here with a memory toggle, but I don't really know exactly how that would work. No. Different ideas. The point is, though, that we're able to do exactly what I was hoping to be able to do, and that is run this metal refinery, recycle some of that crude oil so that I can get more uses out of that crude oil before I convert it into petroleum. And then to have it shipped in automatically, sorted, and then shipped out. You can see Max here is just running between one machine and the other, just making more and more refined metals. And all of that is being conveyed out to the automated storage and retrieval system. You can see that right down here. I suppose one thing I could do is if this was on a smart storage compactor and that's the only spot in my base where I store refined metal, I could disable all of these units. So maybe that's how I can handle it. But at any rate, that's all I have time for today. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this little episode here of Oxygen Not Included and the Ultimate Automation Challenge. The next update's going to be releasing here pretty soon, and that's going to, change the way we have to interact with the duplicates and, and how they have to interact with each other and all of that fun stuff. So we'll be applying that to this space and see how that works. And I think a lot of what I'm going to be focusing on is the transit tube access system. I think that's going to be a really interesting build with the central hub. I'm going to place it over here. So a lot of traffic will come and go from this location here. Why? Because it's close to the food and stuff like that. So I think I'll probably get rid of all of these different exosuit docks and put them right here. Then everybody will come and go out of tubes to the different proximity areas of the map. One of them, hopefully, being a space base, once I build that up here. But I need to build some steel, so there's probably another episode or two before I can even get the steel I need to make the bunker tiles to keep me safe from the meteorites. You get the idea. That'll all have to happen here in the future. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and if I had said, maybe I said that already, but if I've earned your subscription, then thank you so much for that. Have a great day, guys. Stay awesome. Peace. Brothgar out.